What is up, beautifuls? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or of course welcome if you are new. It has been so long since I said that. I have not actually sat down and filmed a video in an extremely long time, probably a few weeks. So elephant in the room, let's just roll through some stuff before we get into the video. My hair's changed. It changed actually quite a while ago. It changed over a week ago, but this is what I mean. Unless you follow me on Instagram, you're not up to date. So yeah, my hair has changed. Please be kind, because this is actually my natural hair colour. It's dyed, but this is au naturel. Secondly, I'm really sorry that I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and film a video. This is the second thing I want to say. I'm going to be filming a video soon in the next upcoming couple of months, mainly to raise awareness about mental health and just bits and bobs that I kind of need to, I don't need to talk about it, but I want to, because there's nothing to be ashamed of if you're struggling, and I'm going to be doing that soon, but not today. Today's video is a lot more light-hearted, so without further ado, let's introduce you the video, which you've already seen because it's in the title. In today's video, we are going to be having a look at a brand of makeup brushes that have very kindly gifted me these. I have not paid for them. That does not mean you won't be getting an honest review. You're always going to get an honest review of me. If I think something's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. So, Daewoo Makeup Brushes have sent me their makeup brush kit. This is the 16-piece kit to review for you guys. So they sell these on Amazon. It's funny because they give me the black version. The black version on Amazon retails for 20, but the white version retails for 10. So I'm not really sure if there's any difference except the colour, but we've got the black version today. And we're going to be unboxing this, showing you what we get, chucking it on our face, seeing if the brushes perform well and if they're worth the money. So if that is something that might interest you, then please keep on watching. Right, let's open this bad boy up. So the front of the packet just says Magician brush set, 16 pieces. So we get 16 items in here. First things first, let's talk about the packaging. I am not a fan of plastic packaging. You can't recycle it. This will not be recycled, and it's just something else to go into landfill. So if Daewoo, if you're watching this at all, highly recommend upping your packaging to a cardboard box, recycle it. Can't do much with this. Then on the inside, let's open this up. This is one of the main things that I was super excited for, is that you get an actual brush holder. So this is fake leather. It does feel sturdy, it feels nice quality. And on it says, Filt Daewoo, do it all for you. When we open it up, that is what we look like. So when I first got this a couple of months back, these did all come individually wrapped in plastic. I'm not too fussed by that because it's hygiene and stuff, but you don't need it. Secondly, they're not anymore because I've taken them out, I've washed them, quarantined them, and these are now COVID free, so they're all clean and tidy. But this is what we look like. I think it looks really adorable, and it's just a nice little, it's a nice pot to just keep your stuff together. And if you go travelling, I just feel like it's really handy to have this, and I'm really happy that I have got this little storage case. Let's show you what we get. Altogether, these are what we're looking like. They are all black marbled handles, so I'll show you individually because that'd be better. A foundation brush, a blush brush, a small buffing brush, a slightly larger contour or buffing brush, a medium-sized fan brush, 3 flat brushes, 2 flat straight brushes, a detailer / inner corner brush, 2 fluffy eyeshadow brushes, and then you also get a stereotypical eyebrow spoolie, and you get some eyelash tools. That is everything that you get. Obviously the case counts as part of the 16, so you get 15 brushes. What we're doing today is I'm just going to talk you through the brushes, chuck on a full face of makeup, see if they perform well and if they're worth your money, basically. I like to test cheap brushes. I've done a couple of Amazon things in the past, and I'm super excited, so let's just go. Okay. I don't need a brush for this, so I'm going to chuck on some primer real quick. I know this isn't a tutorial, but I think I might as well just tell you. I'm going in with the Super Dewy stuff from Revolution because I really like this stuff. This is like a go-to now. I'm going to go for something a little bit more nudie / natural. It's quite late at night, so after I film this video, I'm just going to take it all off, play Among Us, go to bed. So I'm actually going to go in with the Chocolate Revolution palette that I got in the Christmas gift set, because I haven't gone in with this for a very long time. And it's a really, really cute palette. So let's get out the brushes that I'm going to want to try. That one's going to make a really good under eye brush. These brushes are really soft. That picks up really nicely, and I mean, if you disagree, that's absolutely fine. I prefer synthetic brushes. I don't actually like the real brushes that well, and I think synthetic lasts a lot nicer. It's really difficult to explain, but I am a sucker for a nice fluffy brush. Fluffy brushes are what I use the most out of any makeup brushes, and if you have a nice fluffy brush, trust me, I'm probably going to like the whole kit. So for a fluffy brush, I'm actually not mad. I'm really quite impressed with this so far. We'll see what it's like when we blend it out, but at the moment, for depositing, it's alright. Right, I'm going to go in with a darker colour. Let's pick up a little bit of... I'll plonk that in the corner. So far, that is without blending. It deposits very nicely, actually. I'm not mad at that. I actually really quite like that for a fluffy brush. I'm going to take the other brush, and we're just going to blend that out a little bit. I really quite like the shape of this one, to be honest, because it's not like a circular fluffy brush. It's quite like, it is fluffy, but it's also relatively flat, so it's easy to get up under your eyebrow. Okie dokie, so we're now going to be going in with this, I can't hold it, this brush, which is kind of a flat, like a flat packing brush. I'm going to be taking a bit of concealer in the back of my hand and seeing if I can use it as maybe like a cutting brush, because it has that nice shape or angle to it, but it's also a little bit thick, so I'm not too sure. Let's see. It is a little bit thick. Oh, itchy nose. It's a bit thicker than what I would like in a cut brush, so I'm just going to use this as a packing brush, to be completely honest. But, I mean, it does the job. It just doesn't do it as neat as what I'd like. I think I stand by what I said. The brush itself is not a bad brush. This one, it's a bit thicker than what I'd want for a cutting brush, but if you started learning with one of these, then you could probably cut with anything. Okay, the next brush we're going to be taking is this kind of flat brush. I'm going to be using this for my lower lash lines. Let's go in with a darker brown. I also feel like this is just the right amount of thickness to be a lower lash line brush, and it's the perfect shape as well because it can curve right up under your eye. Yeah, I really like that. I know I haven't really discussed this much, but the weight of them, they're not really light, but they're not really heavy. I don't know how to... I prefer my brushes a little bit heavier, but you can carry these in your bag and they're not going to make any weight difference at all, so just in case you're a traveller. Moving on, we're moving on to base. So the first part of my base is obviously my foundation because I have already primed. So I'm going to be taking their foundation brush. I haven't used a brush for a very long time. I'm more of a sponge gal, but we will see. I'm also going to be going in with the Primark My Perfect Finish one because I really need to finish this. I always do this. Why is it that I use a sponge for the longest time, and then the first time I use a brush for ages, I'm like, why did I ever convert to a sponge? Why? Brushes tend to be so much better for my skin, but it just takes a lot longer for me. I'm obviously going to buff this out, but so far I haven't even got that many lines in it, which is saying a lot considering we're brushing the foundation on. I wouldn't go out without buffing it, but don't get me wrong, that could have been so much worse. I actually quite like this. There isn't a lot of difference, thinking about it. There isn't a lot of difference between this one and my number 7 one, so that says a lot really. Number 7 is quite an expensive brand. Now I look like an Oompa Loompa. We need to buff it out. I'm going to be taking this one actually and trying to buff it out with this and seeing how that goes. This performs like an average buffing brush. There is nothing wrong with that in the slightest. I really actually quite like the density. That is the perfect density. We are going to be using the Body Collection Illuminating Under Eye Concealer, which I'm nearly run out of and I'm really sad. Let's pat it in with the foundation brush and then we will blend it in with the buffing brush. My base looks pretty good so far. I mean, we're not even done and I feel like it looks quite nice, so yeah. Just going to take the spoolie brush and brush my eyebrows up. I'm not doing anything really with them, I don't think. But I'm cool with that. I don't really do much with them anyway. Not really a lot to say about the spoolie brush, it's just a spoolie brush. They're all pretty much the same anyway. So here's where things get a little bit tricky. We have one powder brush. Now this looks like the kind of blush brushes that I use, so I'm going to have to be very mindful in how I use this and what I use it first and foremost for, then progress onwards. So because this is our only powder brush, I'm going to first use it for my actual powder and I'm going to set down some of the places that I normally set. I don't set everywhere, and just so you know, we're using the Revolution Bacon Blot. I can't wait to edit that bit back because I'm going to look like a right idiot. This is really nice. This is going to be staying out actually in my normal brush drawer because this is a really nicely shaped brush. Yeah, massive. So far this is my favourite one. I really like this. So now I've done that one and I've powdered down those areas, we're going to be going in with the Sunkissed bronzer and I'm going to just kind of contour, not really because I'm not very good at contouring. We're going to fake contour and do our cheeks and our forehead. Right, the next stage we're going to be doing is my blush. I'm going to be mix and matching them today, so I'm going to be taking my Benefit Mini Dream Rush and the Body Collection, what is this? In Coral, and just going to be mixing them. Brush. Does anyone else just love the smell of Benefit products? I love it. Okay, one of the last things I can do with the brushes is my highlight, and I'm a little bit curious as to what brush I'm going to use because I have these two left. I've got this kind of small buffing brush plus a fan brush. Now, I don't normally use any of these. I normally use a big fluffy brush, but I've already used those and I'm not going to be cleaning them for this video. So, I need to decide, and just so you know, we're using the Glowcomotion Extreme Ice. This is an extremely soft brush. Yeah, I'll be honest, the fan brush isn't doing a lot for me, but then again, it's nothing to do with this product or this particular fan brush. Fan brushes are not my fave. Last brush I'm going to be using right now is the Detailer brush. I'm just going to be taking some on my inner corners and onto my brow bone. That is a really nice sized Detailer brush. Look how precise I've got that highlight in my inner corner. Right, I'm going to go off camera, pop on some mascara and some lips. I'll be right back and I'll give you my final verdict. See you in a sec. And there we have it, beautiful. This is the final look using just the Dayu brushes. My honest opinion on the brushes, are they worth the money? It depends on what you want. Now, for me, they're definitely worth a tenner. definitely worth the tenner. You look at what you're actually getting. I mean, to be fair, they're probably worth 20 quid. For the case and everything else as well, they probably are worth £20. I don't think they retail for £20. I'm pretty sure I've got that wrong. I'm pretty sure they retail on Amazon for £10. For me, they're worth it. You get the travel case, you get 15 brushes. You can do a full face of makeup with the brushes. The only thing it's missing is a big powder brush and, I mean, in my honest opinion, maybe a couple of other fluffy brushes. I'd rather pay an extra £5 and have a couple more. But yeah, so far, so good. The brushes feel good quality. They don't feel like impeccable. I'm not going to, but I could probably snap it. If I dropped it on the floor, it would bounce back up. They're not too weighty. You can chuck them in the little travel case. You can go travelling with them. I already know that they wash well and they dry quickly. They're not bad brushes. I'm quite pleasantly surprised. The only thing I'm going to say is change your packaging, put it in a cardboard box, because you cannot recycle that. It's pointless having it like that. And for the black set, just make the ends black. That's the only thing you're missing. So guys, that is the end of today's YouTube video. I really like these brushes. Let me know down below what you think of them. And also let me know, do you tend to fare on the cheap side of brushes or the more expensive side? Hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're staying safe. Lockdown is finally about to start to kind of ease. So hopefully for those of you that are struggling, it will be over soon. It won't last forever, and nothing bad ever does last forever. Stay safe guys, stay happy, stay smiling. Remember that you are loved and you are worth it, and I cannot wait to see you in the next YouTube video. Until then, love you, bye.